This is the basic equation, differential equation for gradually varying flow profile. So if you want to express this in terms of finite difference, then delta E by delta X is equal to S naught minus SF bar. Because since you are using finite difference, you'll be considering two sections 1 and 2. SF bar is the friction slope. So SF bar is the average friction slope in the reach delta X. Delta X is length, along the length. And hence your delta X will be equal to delta E divided by S naught minus SF bar. So if you are considering two sections 1 and 2, you can take section 1 is, say, with reference to some line, section 1 is x1 distance and section 2 is x2 distance. So x2 minus x1 will be the delta X. That is the reach or length of the reach. Then that will be equivalent to, so if it is section 2, then it is E2, specific energy. If it is section 1, then it is E1. So E2 minus E1 divided by S0 minus 1 by 2 into, because bed slope remains same, but friction slope is changing. So S of 1 plus S of 2. S0 minus 1 by 2 into S of 1 plus S of 2. So if you are substituting these values, you will be getting what is the GVF profile reach. Okay. How to compute this? This is used to, because delta X is the distance, and you can calculate what is the respective varied flow depth. So if you know both the things, then you'll be able to plot the water surface profile. Now let us consider two sections. One is section 1, another one is n plus 1. Maybe if you have n is the number of parts by which you are dividing. So let us consider that the depth is y1, y2, y3 up to yn plus 1. The channel reach you are dividing into n parts. So y1 I is equal to 1 to n are the number of sections. And it is required to find out what is the distance delta X between y1 and yi and yi plus 1. So if you are considering two sections, now you can see this diagram. So now this is yi, I is equal to 1. This is y2, y3. So it can be represents any I. And here the last section is yn plus 1. சொல்லுப்பா தவணி 1 morning சொல்லுப்பா. ஆமா உங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க சொல்லுங்க அப்ளிகேஷன். சரி 11:30 மேல நான் வருவேன் பார்க்குறேன். So now this is varying from I to n plus 1. And if you are finding the difference between yi and yi plus 1, that is going to be your delta xi. So you are finding iyi, delta xi, I varies from 1 to 2, because here yi and yi plus 1, the difference will be equal to delta xi. Okay, so when you are increasing, then you need to have one more section for delta x, n plus 1. If it is n plus 1 only, you can get delta x for this n and n plus 1, this section. That's why it's going up to y n plus 1. And this is going to be your bed slope. And this is, if you are plotting this, then you are going to get the water surface profile. And this is your total energy line. If you are adding your velocity head, vi square by 2g, if you are adding, you'll be getting the total energy. Okay. Now delta E is equal to, what is delta E? Specific energy. So our difference, delta is the difference between the specific energy is y plus v square by 2g. Because specific energy equation you know, datum head plus your velocity, potential head plus your velocity head. Now delta of y plus q square by 2g a square. Instead of v, you are substituting q by a. Then here delta E is equal to, what will be delta E? Previous, next energy minus the previous. I plus 1 minus I. So where it is actually I plus 1 minus I is going to be your delta I. Okay. I plus 1 minus I is going to be your delta X. So same way, E is equal to I plus 1 minus EI. That is going to be yi plus 1, the depth, plus q square by 2g a square I plus 1 minus of yi plus q square by 2g a I square. Now what will be the different, the friction slope? Friction slope SF bar is equal to 1 by 2 SF I plus 1, then plus, because it is average friction slope, so hence plus SF I. And what is this? This is nothing but n square q square divided by 2 into 1 by a square r raised to 4 by 3. Okay, when you are squaring both the sides, you will be getting square. R power 2 by 3, when it is squared, you are getting R power 4 by 3. From the Manning's formula, you are getting this. From the Manning's formula. What is Manning's formula? Q is equal to 1 by n a into r to the power 2 by 3 s to the power half. That yes, you are keeping the left hand side and keep bringing the other terms on the right hand side and square it. You will be getting sf. So that friction slope is nothing but your n square q square divided by 2 into, because why divided by 2? Because this is your average. That value is here, it comes to. N square q square is the common terms which you are taking out. N is the friction coefficient, sorry, Manning's coefficient, q is the discharge. And a square r power 4 by 3 remains same. So here I plus 1 for area as well as hydraulic meter. Similarly here. Now substitute back, you'll be having delta xi is equal to, what is delta xi? Ei plus 1 minus ei divided by s naught minus s of bar. So now you know that s of bar what you have found out, s naught is known to you, ei plus 1 minus e you have found out from this. So equation 5.32, equation 5.33 you are substituting and you are getting what is my delta xi. So this delta xi can be evaluated using this expression, and you can find out sequential evaluation of delta xi starting from I is equal to 1 to n. Okay. So that will give the distances between the n sections. So delta x between all the sections you can find, and the process is an explicit process. And if it is done in a tabular manner, the hand computations are very much useful. And you can use Excel sheet also for doing the computations. Okay. Now let us see one problem. This is the most common method which we are using for gradually varied flow profile computations. Now you can see for the channel section, flow conditions indicated in example 5.1, maybe given the previous example. Calculate the GVF profile from the section having a critical depth of 2.96 meter by direct step method. Further, calculate the distance between the two sections having the depths of 2.3 meter and 2.8 meter respectively. Now in the previous problem, what is given is the flow profile is an M2 curve. Its critical depth is 1.69 meter as the control at the downstream. This was the given. Then the calculation start at the control section. So always you have to start from the right extreme. From the downstream, you have to go up to upstream. You'll be starting from the downstream control section and you'll be going up, and towards the upstream section you are going to compute. Now calculations are going to start from the downstream section is YC is 1.69 meter. And what is the depth in the downstream section? Depth is ranging from 1.6 meter to 2.69 meter, and you can divide this into 17 reaches. So 1.6 meter to 2.69 meter is the total depth range. If you are dividing this into 17 reaches, calculations are performed in a sheet and it is shown in the table. So you will see the table first, then we'll come back here. So see here, you can have y 1.69 meter up to 2.96 meter. Okay, and you are taking area, perimeter. Here m is equal to 2. M is nothing but side slope. For a trapezoidal channel, given trapezoidal channel, m is equal to 2. Now your S naught is given 0.0004. Q is equal to 48.7. N is equal to 0.02. All these things are given in the problem. Now you need to compute for various depth. You need to compute area and perimeter. For the trapezoidal channel, m is equal to 2. Either you can use the tabulation, or you can directly a is equal to b plus my into y. That formula you can use, and you can find out what is the area, and perimeter also you can find out either from the table or from by your calculation. So area and perimeter you are calculating, and r is equal to a by p, and velocity is equal to q by a. So sixth column r is equal to column 3 divided by column 4. And our sixth column velocity is equal to this q divided by column 3. So you'll be getting velocity, and energy is equal to the column 7 is equal to this y plus v square by 2g. This v already calculated. So this column 2 plus column 6 square divided by 2g is going to be column 7. That is your specific energy. Okay, and similarly you go for the find out what is the friction slope. Friction slope you can find using the formula from the Manning's roughness, Manning's formula. So you are finding out SF is equal to n square q square divided by a square into a square into r power 4 by 3. N square q square divided by a square into r raised to 4 by 3. That is our friction slope. So using that formula, you find out what is the friction slope. Now what you are going to do? You are going for the next section. If you are going for the next section, I'm sorry, I was interrupted by another call. Okay, then we will continue here. So here you can see the SF you are calculating by using the Manning's formula. Then after that you are substituting in, delta E, SF, and then if you are going for the next section, you are dividing this entire section into up to 2.96, you are increasing by 1.1. So when you are increasing by 1.01 meter, then you are getting the 17 sections. So you are going for 1.8 meter same. So 1.8 meter and 1.69 meter are the normal depths. Between these two depths, you are finding the difference between E2 minus E1 is going to be delta E. SF2 minus SF1 is going to be your, sorry, SF1 plus SF2 divided by 2. So column 10 is this divided by this divided by 2 is going to be SF bar. Now this S0 already you know, minus SF bar is column number 10. So S0 minus SF bar you are going to get here, and our delta X. So S0 minus SF bar we are finding our value, then delta X is going to be, again substituting delta X. What is the formula for delta X? Now you know the formula. Delta X is equal to E2 minus E1 divided by S0 minus SF bar. So you can find out what is your delta X is. Delta X is nothing but your S0 minus SF bar is column number 11. Sorry, E2 minus E1 is column number 8 divided by column number 11. 8 by 11 will give you the delta X. Now repeat this procedure until you are reaching 2.96 meter. Okay, now this is going to be 3.7 meter from the extreme control section. Control section is 1.6. So you are going from downstream to upstream. When you are going to upstream, you are increasing the delta X. 3.7 meter, 30.9, 33.8. Now what is going to be your AX? Initially it will be 0. Then you have to add cumulative 3.7 plus 30.4, 30.9 plus 33.8 plus 57.4. So if you keep on adding, you'll be getting the total section reach. This is going to be 3695. This is delta X. This is the total length from the control section. So at the end of 3695 meter, your water surface profile is 2.96 meter, and you can see the individual depth you can plot, individual delta X you can plot, and you'll be getting the total profile like this. So now we will be getting the final profile will be like this. So this is going to be 1.69 meter, this is going to be 2.96 meter, and this is going to be 3695 meter, and between each section you have found out what is your delta X. So that is going to be your final profile. Okay, so the distance between the two sections having the depths of 2.3 meter and 2.8 meter respectively, your delta X, what is the delta X? That is a question actually asked. So 2.3 meter and 2.8 meter. Between these two sections, what is the delta X? So 2.3 meter is going to be your 198, and the 2.8 meter is going to be 1434. So 1434 minus 198 is going to be 1236 meter. Now calculations are, we are proceeding upstream in the subcritical flow and downstream in the supercritical flow to keep errors minimum. So these are some of the hints you need to have. So how they are going to compute the calculation is, so you must proceed upstream when it is a subcritical flow, and downstream in case of supercritical flow, so that the errors will be minimum. That is one point to be considered. So here why we have taken from downstream to upstream is it is subcritical flow. And the steps need not have the same increment in depth. The calculations terminated at y is equal to 1 plus or minus 0.01 into y. This is normally the difference between the two sections you can take. So 0.01 y naught is going to be your 1.01 y naught is going to be, that is what you are taken, the difference is 1.01. So the steps you can have the same increment in depth is 1.01 y naught is going to be your increment in the depth. So that is what you have given, 1.69 to 1.8, 1.01 is the increment in the depth. And the accuracy is depending upon the number of steps chosen and also upon the distribution of step sizes. Ask how many number of steps you are going to go for and how many is the increment. Based on that you will have the accuracy. And you can also do this calculations in the spreadsheet also to calculate what could be the depth. Okay, now you can see Same problem, you compute a river which is having 100-meter wide and 3-meter deep, which has an average bed slope of 0.005. Estimate the length of the gradually varied flow profile produced by a low dam, which raises the water surface just upstream if it is by 1.5 meter. Assume n is equal to 0.035. So here you are considering wide rectangular channel. So discharge per unit width you are calculating, and critical depth is by, because it is a rectangular channel only, isn't it? So you are taking yc is equal to q square by g, the whole power 1 by 3. And what is your y here? So here y is 3 meter, y is greater than, y not greater than, yc is the type of the profile. So hence GVF profile is an M1 curve with a depth of 4.5 meters at the low dam as the control. Okay, so you are having 4.5 meter at the because 1.5 meter is water surface upstream. So 3 plus 1.5 is going to be 4.5 meter at the lower dam. Okay, so 4.5 meter is y, and hence your y is greater than, y not greater than yc. Yc is 1.175, y not is 3 meter, and y is 4.5 meter. So the direct step method with the 10 steps is used to estimate the length of the backwater profile, and the calculations are performed through the use of spreadsheet. You can see the spreadsheet, and the depth is, these calculations have to be terminated at a depth of 3.03 meter, because your depth is given as 3 meter as the normal depth. So you have to terminate always at the normal depth. Now 4.5 meter, 4.3, 4.1, so 0.2 meter interval, and you are going up to 3.03 meter. Okay, and you are finding out other computations are same. Yeah, because here it is a rectangular channel, so you need not go for AP and everything, all the things, because you can directly find out Q by A. Our width is directly known, depth is known, so Q by A, y into width of the channel. What is the width of the channel? Wide is 100 meter wide. It is a wide rectangular river. So this Q divided by this B into Y will give you the velocity, and E is equal to Y plus V square by 2G, and delta E may be between the two sections E2 minus E1. SF again N square Q square divided by A square R raised to 4 by 3, and then SF bar average of subsequent slopes, and S0 minus SF bar you are going to compute this value, and your delta X again it is going to be the substitution of E2 minus E1 divided by S0 minus SF bar. Okay. So we can compute what is where is delta X, delta E2 minus E1 divided by S0 minus SF bar, compute the value of delta X. This is the direct step method. Next method is the standard step method. So direct step and standard step both are used for prismatic channels. And before that, I will give you one problem. Maybe you can do this problem as homework. Direct integration, and you can use your direct step method. So you please note down the problem number 5.6. Calculate the backwater profile by direct step method. Okay. Calculate the backwater curve for the problem number 5.5 by using direct step method. That is one problem. Problem number 5.6. And problem number 5.8. Are you noting down? Everyone? Are you following? Yeah, problem number 5.6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, problem number 5.8 and problem number 5.9. Then problem number 5.15. So how many problems? And this one. Problem number 5.15. Okay. Water sulfur, then standard stuff we will not see now. So 5.15, then 5.13, 5.1, 5.9, then 5.8, 5.6. How many problems? Shall I repeat once again? There are 5 problems. You can see the procedure. It is simple procedure. You can use Excel sheet or whatever it is. Okay. And you have to do. See, you may one people is doing, the other people are copying. It doesn't matter. You people will not learn. And if I will be conducting exams only through Teams, then when you are doing calculations, you will be under trouble. Okay. Then online quiz, you cannot be able to answer. You ultimately will end up with a 0 mark. You know that if it is through multiple choice with the Teams, then you will not be able to answer. So please don't ever try to copy. You do calculations by yourself. Otherwise, you'll end up with the issue and you will not get any more grades. That will affect your grades. I am not going to give you any, even midsum also, I will be conducting 1 hour in Teams, 1 hour as descriptive. It will be combined. Okay. So question number 5.6, 5.7, 5. Not 5.7, 5.8, then 5.9, then 5.11, sorry, not 5.11, 5.13, 5.15. I will just put it in the Teams itself. Five 5.6, 5.8, 5.9, 5.13 and 5.15. Are you able to see the chat? You just see that I have given the problem numbers, assignment problems. And when are you planning to submit your assignment? Maybe we will give, I will give you 1 week of time. Submit by 28th. 28th March. I will fix the same thing in, I'll post it in Teams also. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If it is handwritten is also fine. If it is Excel is also fine, but I prefer one problem to be 1 or 2 problems by handwritten. Then only you'll have the habit of doing the computations. Okay. So 1 or 2 problems you try with the tabulation. Use direct step method. Direct step method is a simple method for prismatic channels, and rather than non-prismatic. So prismatic channels, considering all the channels are prismatic, we are using this direct step method. Again, standard step method we will see in the next class. By using direct step method, solve these 5 problems and submit as an assignment. Is it fine?
What step each question had 17 and like 10
17?
like for the previous problem what you did today, it had 17 steps from
No, you
1.1
that's what, as more number of the depth you are increase, that's well and good. You'll get more accuracy. There is no hard and fast rule, but at least minimum 1.01, 1 in 1 plus 0.01 plus or minus 0.01 into y0. We have seen that equation, no? You can use that as a base, but even if you go still further reduction, it's good. But number of computations will be more, and you'll get more good results also. That is nothing wrong in it. But when the depth is, so suppose here it is very less, 3 to 1.5 meters, only 1.5 meters is the variation. So in that case, you need to go for more number of sections. That's why we go for 0.3 meter is the variation. Okay. Maximum is 1 plus or minus 0.01 y0 that you keep. But minimum you can go 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, whatever it is. So depending on the problem, you can decide. But if you do all these 5 problems, then you'll have a good practice. So my suggestion is the problems worked out example is available with the book itself. You can follow this. Please don't ever try to copy. This is the instruction which I am giving to each and every one. You follow the instructions from the book, but you do the problems on your own. Then only you will have the practice of doing it. Because I will be giving you problems at any step I will be asking you to do. In that case, the problems will be same person will not get the same problem, so you'll be under trouble and you will not be able to answer. So don't ever try to copy each and everyone. That is my suggestion for you. That is my suggestion for improving yourself. Okay. Because since don't think that teachers are not here, they cannot monitor, means that is a ultimately disadvantage for you people for learning. That is why I am keep on saying that you people will be the losers if you are not following the things whatever the teacher is telling. Ultimately, that will reflect in your grades, affect your career. Keep in that things in your mind and start work on it. Even if you have some issues with the assignment when you are calculating, you can ask me. No issues. Is it fine?
Yes.
Okay, pa. Okay, then I am closing here. Standard step method we will see in the tomorrow's class. We need to complete GVF at least for this thing, SVF or RVF, other channel sections we can see after this midsum.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll close here. Thank you.